in Central Park on a beautiful day, nearing actually the place where we have our annual Hanukkah on ice. So, Central Park, Wallman Rink. Give you a glimpse of that. Right now, it's over there. It's an amusement park right now. If I can zoom in. So that's where we have our Hanukkah. And Central Park Trump Wallman Rink is famous for Hanukkah on ice. And I am passing it right now. But throughout the summer, it's actually it's an amusement park for kids. Whoops. Come back here. And we're going to move on to our thought for the day. It's Chaim Olevsky here from Chabad of the West Side, Chabad Family Programs. And we try to exercise our mind, body, and soul at the same time, sharing a Devar Torah and exercising our body at the same time. Okay, I said that already. Let's move on. So in this week's Living Torah is a video magazine that Jem puts out. Every week is a new episode, and it contains 4 different segments, a total of 15 or 20 minutes that are inspirational and relevant for the week. So this week's Living Torah, the Rebbe talks about 5 minutes about lessons we can learn from the way the Jewish people camped in the desert and from the Beit Hamikdash afterwards. Really cool lessons. It's one of the beautiful things that we experience very often is we see how the Rebbe took things that are seemingly, well, just there, and then he finds a really relevant, powerful lesson that we can learn from it in our daily life. So the first thing is, the Rebbe says the way the Jewish people camped in the desert was that all the tents of the Jewish people surrounded the core, the center, which had the Ohel Moed. It was the tent of meeting. It was otherwise known as the Mishkan, the tabernacle. The Mishkan had in it the holy vessels, the menorah, the table, the altars, but it also had the center of it, of the Mishkan itself, was the Holy of Holies, which contained the Holy Ark and contained the tablets, which contained the 10 Commandments that God gave the Jewish people. So the Rebbe says just the arrangement of the camping in the desert for 40 years is a lesson for us today. Just as in those days, in that time, the center, the core, was the Torah, and around it, all the Jewish people surrounded the Torah, surrounded that light, and were illuminated by it, and permeated with it. Says the Rebbe, this is the way we too, today, need to arrange our living arrangements. Need to organize to live in a community whose core is the Torah and the Jewish lifestyle, the mitzvos, and surround it, thus being permeated by its light, having the light of the Torah illuminate our lives, and thus we can illuminate the world around us. Because when we're on fire, we can create fire elsewhere. Good fire. Yes, good fire. So that's one idea. Then the Rebbe says further, in the commandment in the Torah to create this Mishkan, this tabernacle, it says, "Va'asu li mikdash v'shachanti b'sucham." God said, "You should make for me this Mishkan, this tabernacle, and I will dwell in them." It doesn't say in it. It says in them. In who? In the Jewish people. In the heart of every Jew. So we create a tabernacle in our own hearts, a Mishkan, a holy temple in our own hearts. God dwells in us. Rabbi said 3 lessons we could learn from three simple laws in the Rambam Maimonides as he talks about the structure and placement of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. Number one, he says it was built on top of the mountain, Behor Hahar, on the top of a mountain. It wasn't built on a plain flatland, tip top of a mountain. So too its relevance in our life. Today, says the Rebbe, that our Judaism, our temple, needs to be first and foremost. It should be our top priority, on top of the mountain, with pride. We don't hide our Judaism. We don't tuck it away in a basement. We don't tuck it inside a drawer. We pull out the tefillin from the drawer. Put a kippah on top of your mountain, on top of your head, and show off your Judaism with pride, and teach your children to do the same. That's number one. Lesson number two is that the Holy Temple was because it was a mountain, it was on an ascent. To get there, you have to go through steps and steps and levels up, or going higher and higher, up and up. So too, says the Rebbe, in order to grow, we need to take steps. We need to take leaps and bounds and continuously move upward every single day, climbing that mountain of life and getting closer to God every single day. So it's not a flat land. It's not always easy. It's just to walk the walk. But we need to climb the climb. We need to climb the mountain. Lesson number three, the Rebbe says that the Rambam says there's a mitzvah called Yirat Hamikdash. Yirat Hamikdash means fear, awe, reverence of the Holy Temple. Now, the Rebbe says, of course, as the Rambam explains, we fear the temple not because of its beautiful gold and stone infrastructure, but because it's God's holy place, that God commanded us to make him a resting place there. But why is it so important to fear, to have reverence, respect? Why not just love? Don't they say love is everything? Guess what? It ain't. Love is not everything. Fear, reverence is the core foundation, says the Rebbe. And why? Because a person might think, one of the explanations the Rebbe says, a person might think, since right there in the Genesis, in the beginning of the Torah, God says, Asher bara Elokim lasot. God says, I made this world imperfect for you, the people, to be my partners in creation. I want you to partner with me in creation. And we do so by elevating this world, making it a better place every day, and making ourselves better people, making this world a better place. So, the Rebbe says a person might come to think, since I'm a partner with God in creation, I'm equal with God, and I'm going to choose if, when, and how much of God's commandments I will follow. Whatever makes me feel good, that's what I'll do. If it doesn't make me feel so comfortable, I'll toss it. So that's where reverence comes in. Reverence means respect and awe and obedience. And we follow instructions. And like we say every morning, the Rebbe says, Modeh ani lefanecha. I gratefully acknowledge to you, Melech, the King, Melech, the King, who is alive and everlasting. And we says the Rebbe, we use the term Melech, King, which everyone knows you listen to the King or else. And not only that, but if you follow the King's orders, the King will take care of you also. That's the lesson for today. One lesson from the camping in the desert, that the core is the Torah, and we should surround ourselves around the light of the Torah to illuminate us and our surroundings and the rest of the world. And 3 lessons from the placement of the Beit Hamikdash itself. 1, that it was on top of a mountain, should be our top priority and pride. 2, it's daily ascent. There wasn't an ascent, you had to take stairs to get there. And 3, fear, reverence Do it even if you're not comfortable. God bless you. And I will continue my run right after this. Thanks for joining. Share.